kind of people that I just can't stand, and that's a lying woman and a cheating man. Don't lie to me. Don't you lie.
Everyone is aware that lying is wrong, and the reasons why aren't difficult to see. The liar deliberately distorts the truth, either to gain an unfair advantage or to avoid his just deserts. What is far less obvious to most people is how lying is harmful to the liar himself. Psychologists have conducted experiments in which participants had their views on politically charged topics assessed. Thereafter, they were asked to write an essay arguing in favor of the opposite view that they held at the time. So somebody who was in favor of lowering taxes was asked to write down all the reasons for increasing them, despite not believing them to be true. A couple of weeks later, their political views were measured again and showed a substantial change towards the side that they had to write the essay on. What happened there? Many beliefs that people hold about the world are not any more detailed than they absolutely need to be. You may think you know how a bicycle works, but when it actually comes down to drawing one, you realize you don't really know where the chain goes.
Have you ever ridden that bicycle in your life?
Not a long time.
Can you explain how a toilet functions? You may be surprised to find out that there's way more detail to be discovered than you originally thought. This is even more relevant when it comes to such abstract problems of society as figuring out the solution to the best tax rate. When you're forced to come up with reasons in favor of one side of the argument, you end up developing a more high-resolution picture of the situation than you originally had on the other side of the argument. This is also what happens when a liar has to fabricate a believable story to convince his wife that he didn't cheat on her with the hot waitress last night. Having to come up with lies inevitably shapes the way you think about the world and tilts your beliefs, if only slightly, towards your false account of reality. There's another way in which lying can distort the liar's thinking. Everyone, even someone who lies frequently, feels that lying is morally repugnant, except in a few special cases. So when you say something that you know to be untrue, you're likely to tilt your belief towards the lie, in order to make the moral infraction a little less severe in your mind. As you become a more effective liar, you start believing your own lies and lose the ability to distinguish truth from falsehood. The most convincing lies are the ones that the liar believes himself. Regular lying also negatively affects your view of other people. As you observe yourself lying, you come to the conclusion that other people must be telling lies at least as often, if not more, especially if they're a bad person in your eyes. After all, you think about yourself, like most people do, that you're fundamentally a good person and justify your lies with the belief that this is how everybody acts. You become suspicious of others and can no longer form healthy relationships that are based on mutual trust. Above all, don't lie to yourself. The man who lies to himself and listens to his own lie comes to a point that he cannot distinguish the truth within him or around him, and so loses all respect for himself and for others. And having no respect, he ceases to love.